So students have asked for study tips on APBio. So you're going to overhear a conversation on tips for Mrs. Sloan's APBio class. You ready? Okay. So first of all, before you ever watch my EdPuzzles, right? What's the first thing I want you to do? I want you to skim the textbook over that content, and also look at the outline of the group shared notes that you're going to be taking so that you know what the big ticket items are. Okay, so that's first. Then watch the EdPuzzles. Make sure you watch them authentically. Don't get in your mind like, I got to get through this. Your goal is, I want to understand it. Okay, and so what you can do is you're taking your group shared notes as well, right? But what might be an issue for you may not be an issue for somebody else in your group. So you probably want to keep track of some areas that are a little, while you're watching the video, like this seems a little difficult for me. Keep a list of that, okay? Of things that seem hard that you're not quite catching on to in the EdPuzzle, okay? And the reason why is you want to walk into class listening for those parts and for me to address it, so I make sure that you understand. I don't want you to leave the class confused at all, okay? When the group shared notes are done, like when your team has finished the group shared notes, you might want to make a copy of them for your own personal self. And then on those, what I would do is I would put those questions when I was watching the EdPuzzle. I would find it in the group shared notes. I'd like highlight it in red or something, or make a comment to yourself to pay attention to that part of the presentation that I give in class. Okay, now, during class, obviously keep your focus on what I'm doing. Don't allow your phone or any other apps. I try to encourage that by having you close out all your other tabs, right? But make sure you're just on the work that we're doing. I would take that copy of group shared notes that you made a copy of. This is your own personal copy, let's say of chapter 8. I would look as I'm going through it and make sure that I address those concerns you have, right? And if I don't address it, then make sure you ask a question, okay? While I'm giving the presentation, you know how I have embedded prompts in the Pear Deck, right? For sure, make sure you're answering those and you're understanding, if you missed it, how you missed it. When I have you turn toward your bio buddy, make sure you listen to what your bio buddy says and push them. If you don't think they understand it, then ask them for a better explanation or ask a question. When I do the prompts out loud, make sure you are verbally responding. That is a form of output review. Every time you answer a question, that's a form of output review. And so what you want to do is you want to hear my question, verbalize your answer. If I said, would it increase or decrease the mass? You commit to your answer and say, it would increase. And then if I say something different, then you want to make sure you understand why you missed it, right? And correct that in real time, okay? Or ask for more help if you don't get it, okay? Then also during class, if there's any parts that you want to get some follow-up on, that you think, hey, I need to go during support because it looks like the majority of the class gets this and it's just me, then highlight that part of your notes and say support questions, right? But I want you to feel free to ask me anything in class. So take advantage of all the output, okay? Now, following class, the sooner you re-look at that material, the greater the chance that you're going to remember what we talked about. Okay, and what I find most students do is they do a lot of input reviewing where they reread their notes or they make new notes that look beautiful and colored with flowers. That doesn't help it, right? Monkeys can draw, okay? That doesn't mean you understand anything. So you want to make sure that you're focusing. I'm recording, you guys. Guys, I just want you to know I'm recording. So you want to make sure that you are focusing your energy on output. Recall. Can you answer an FRQ? Can you answer a multiple choice question, right? You know your test is going to be 50% multiple choice and 50% written. So you want to practice responding to prompts. Remember, I always give you a review deck for each unit. Go look at some of the FRQ prompts that I have in that review deck as you go along. Don't wait until right before the test. Go look at chapter 6, look at the slide deck at the review and any FRQs, see if you can answer those, right? Switch with a bio buddy, with a friend, and say, hey, you read mine, I'll read yours, and let's see how we do, okay? Then multiple choice. Take as many multiple choice questions as you can. At the end of each chapter, there are multiple choice questions. right? At the end of each chapter in your book. I have quizzes that are there that you can take. Go on to Khan Academy. They have summary videos and then embedded questions. And then especially the College Board, right? So the College Board, I have little practice quizzes in there that have both FRQs and multiple choice. Always do those. Don't wait until the end. Do them as soon as you possibly can. And then wherever you are weak, then you know where to target. One thing I would suggest is if you're doing like the end of chapter questions for chapter 6 and you're getting ready, do just the odd ones and take it like it's a test. Don't have your hand at the back of the book and go, oh, it's B or C, and then flip to the back. Oh, I can see how it's C. Okay. You didn't commit, right? So you write 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, you answer all the questions, you grade it like it's a test. If you get a 70% on that, once you grade it, you're weak in that area. Then go back and do some input review again, then come back and do all the even ones this time, okay? And then see if your score improves after you do that, okay? So make sure you have more of that output, and that is gonna put you in line for doing output for me on a quiz or an exam. Okay, is that helpful?
Yeah.
Okay. 6 minutes of fun.